the, the discussion in the book, actually, the chapter I write about finding joy and purpose in your life, I also talk about all the mishaps and the deaths of colleagues and my friends and fellow fighter pilots that occurred in different crashes and accidents over the years, many of which I witnessed, and it just reinforced that you don't know how much time you have here on this earth. You can think you're going to be here forever, but someone who lives in the career that we lived in, and we saw what happened to many very capable young men who for whatever reason fate dictated that it was the end of their time. That if you're not having fun in it, then what is the purpose? Fun needs to be very critical, and more than just money or doing a good job. The third component in anything that you could do is, does it bring you joy? Do you look forward to going to work every day? Do you look forward to the challenges and the accomplishments that you're going to do in this job? When I was retiring from the Air Force, a Veterans Administration, the VA in the United States that takes care of veterans after they retire. They had a counselor there who talked about transitioning to the civilian world, and it opened my eyes when he said, there's a lot of people who are very good at what they do and they make a lot of money. They get good compensation, but they're miserable. There's a lot of millionaires out there who are miserable because they don't find any joy in what they do. I've given up many jobs that were very high paying because I had reached a point where it wasn't bringing me joy anymore. And that's the way that I've tried to make decisions for myself in life. And I'd recommend people to take a look at that. As far as keeping that going today, um, there's little things that leaders can do. You don't need to have those mandatory fun meetings that nobody really has any fun at, but there's ways that you can make people feel important in what they do every day. And most people, they want to feel that they're doing something bigger than themselves, that they're a part of something that matters, and the work they do actually contributes and matters. And learn more about what's happening within the organization, but also impart upon them, what to reinforce the mission, to let them know what my vision was for where we were going, to talk about the values that were important, and let them know that their work mattered and that I cared about the work that they were doing. Sometimes if they wanted to, you talk about their families, and they could see that I cared more about them than just being an employee. I cared about them as a person.